It's a beautiful day to read a book, a beautiful day for a book club. Will you join me? Pull up a seat. Let's start our read aloud. Hey, Cubs. This week's Spirit Day was around the question of, do you prefer pirates or ninjas? Me personally, I've always preferred pirates. I love the whole arg, love the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. I love the stories about them, and it's just so fascinating to me. Now, I was thinking though, for the Spirit Day, how was I going to show my spirit for the pirates that I love so much? And what ended up happening is I realized I don't have any pirate things at home. So what I did was I walked around trying to find, well, could I make it? And I ended up finding a piece of cardboard. Just a simple piece of cardboard from an Amazon box that we had left around. And you can do a lot with cardboard. So what I ended up doing was I ended up cutting out or drawing out my hat, which I realize is upside down, my hat, my cutlass, and even an eye patch down here. Now, you might find things around your house, supplies that you could use. Get creative with them. I mean, it's so much fun to try and figure out how to solve a problem. How are you going to solve the problem of looking like a ninja or looking like a pirate? All right, Cubs, let's do our read aloud. Are you ready, kids? I am. And this book that we're going to be reading today is Inky's Amazing Escape. It's published by Simon & Schuster, and they're the one that's giving me permission to read it today. And Cy Montgomery is the person that wrote it. Now let's get started. The baby octopus hatched out of an egg the size of a grain of rice. His mother used her jet to blow him from her den out to the sea, along with his tiny octopus brothers and sisters. Each octopus set out on the journey alone. They're born ready to explore. For weeks, the octopus rode the currents of the Pacific Ocean. He ate tiny scraps of food that floated by. He grew fast. Soon, he needed bigger meals: clams, fish, and octopus's favorites, crab. To find them, the octopus had to explore. Curious, he wondered, might there be a tasty morsel here? What about over there? He poked his slippery, bendy arms into every nook and cranny, and soon he found a yummy clam. He used his strong suckers to pull the clam apart, and he ate the clam for dinner. Now the octopus was sleepy. How would he find a safe place to nap? He searched among the coral, and he found a crack that led to a little cave. In went 1 arm, 2 arms, 4 arms, 8. Good night. What I like about this book club so far is that it's giving me facts in the form of a story. I love it when you get that chance, because it means that I'm getting to read it as if I know the octopus personally, and I get to find out that now I can share that they slipped through the cracks into caves that must be small, going arms first. In the morning, the octopus again went exploring. What would he find today? He could both feel and taste with his suckers. Another cool fact. But he didn't see the long green fish swimming like a banner rippling in the wind. It was a moray eel. He chomped down on 2 of the octopus's arms, and the young octopus used his jet to shoot away, head first, arms trailing behind. But the eel had bitten off the tips of 2 arms. The octopus was hungry and hurt, but he went on. The octopus spotted a wooden box lying on the seafloor. In went his slippery, bendy arms. In went his squishy head. He ate the lobster, then he took a nap. Woken from sleep, the octopus felt himself rising up and out of the water. What the octopus thought was a safe den was a fisherman's lobster trap. "You aren't a lobster," the fisherman explained. "Who do we have here?" The octopus, who had never seen a human before, wondered the same thing. "You're hurt," the lobster man observed. He decided to take the little octopus to the aquarium. The aquarium keeper saw the octopus's hurt arms. "You'll be safe with us," she told the octopus, and poured him into the tank. She named him Inky, because when they're scared, octopuses can squirt ink. But the little octopus wasn't scared. He was ready to explore. He felt and tasted the glass in all the corners with his slippery, bendy arms and his strong suckers. He crawled to the top of the tank and looked up at the keeper. She handed him his favorite snack, a yummy crab. Now they were friends. Inky liked it when the keeper petted him. Sometimes he was so happy he could change color. Octopuses change color to fool prey and escape enemies, but they show their feelings this way too. When the keeper opened the lid to his tank, Inky turned red with excitement. Then he relaxed, and he turned white. Sometimes he made spots on his arms, and sometimes he sprouted stripes and splotches. Inky felt better. He had fun in his tank. The keeper gave him dried corals, pots, and jars to explore, and Inky poked his slippery, bendy arms into all of them. Sometimes he'd squeeze his squishy head inside, and sometimes the keeper gave Inky toys. Inky liked to take apart Lego blocks and put them back together, and he liked playing with Mr. Potato Head. One time, with his suckers, he pulled off Mr. Potato Head's eyes and handed them to the starfish in the tank. Inky grew very fast, and when he arrived at the aquarium, he was the size of a baseball. Now he was the size of a soccer ball. His arms had healed. He stretched out right there. Inky was always exploring. One night, the keeper forgot to close the lid to Inky's tank tightly enough, and he poked a slippery, bendy arm through the gap. What would he find? First one arm, then another, and another. Then all 8 arms climbed out of the tank. Finally, his squishy head was out too. Inky slid along the floor exploring with his arms, and soon he came to a hole. A drain for the water was slopping out of aquarium tanks and hoses. Where would the hole lead? There was only one way to find out. He poked his slippery, bendy arms into the drain. 1 arm, 2 arms, 4 arms, 8. He pulled and pushed, he pushed and pulled, and finally his squishy head popped inside the drain too. Look, there he is going through the pipes. Inky traveled a long way, down, down, and down. Inky inched his way through the long pipe. At last he could feel the taste and change. Out popped 1 arm, 2 arms, 4 arms, 8, and finally Inky's squishy head was free again. The drain pipe ran right back into the Pacific Ocean. He made his escape. And that's where Inky is today, still ready to explore. And that's the end, guys. There's actually a picture on the back here of the real Inky. And I love when you can read a story and it gives you all sorts of facts, and it might even be about a real thing that happened. It's so cool. And I hope that this week, while you're deciding whether you're a pirate or whether you're being a ninja, think about how Inky was curious about things. What are you curious about? Have a great week, Cubs. See you soon.